Hey everybody, welcome to another Sacred Sunday Makeup session. We are going to read Numbers chapter 11 for the 11th of this month. Interesting coincidence there. So let's read chapter 11 of Numbers. And here we go. When the people complained, it displeased the Lord, and the Lord heard it. And his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Lord burnt among them, and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. The people cried unto Moses, and when Moses prayed unto the Lord, the fire was quenched. He called the name of the Lord, he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burnt among them. Now Taberah means, verse 3, Taberah means burning, basically burning. The mixed multitude, verse 4, the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting, and the children of Israel also wept again and said, Who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers, the melons, the leeks, the onions, and the garlic. But now our soul is dried away, and there's nothing at all beside this manna before our eyes. The manna was a coriander seed, and the color thereof as the color of bdellium or delium. I'm not sure which letter is silent. Or it could be bdellium. The people went about, to verse 8, and they gathered it and ground it in mills, or beat it in mortar, and baked it in pans, made cakes of it, and the taste of it was as the taste of fresh oil. When the dew fell upon the camp in the night, the manna fell upon it. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent. And the anger of the Lord was kindled greatly. Moses also was displeased. Moses said unto the Lord, Wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant? Or why hast thou afflicted thy servant? And why have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou layest the burden of all this people upon me? Have I conceived all this people? Have I begotten them? That thou shouldest say unto me, Carry them in thy bosom, as a nursing father beareth the suckling child unto the land which thou swearest unto their fathers. Whence should I have flesh to give where should I have flesh to give unto these people? For they weep unto me, saying, Give us flesh that we may eat. I am not able to bear all this people alone, because it is too heavy for me. If thou deal thus with me, kill me, I pray thee, out of hand, if I have found favor in thy sight, and let me not see my wretchedness. The Lord said unto Moses, Gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom thou knowest to be the elders of the people, and officers over them, and bring them unto the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with thee. I will come down and talk with thee there, and I will take of the Spirit which is upon thee, and will put it upon them, and they shall bear the burden of the people with thee, that thou bear it not thyself alone. Say thou unto the people, Sanctify yourselves against tomorrow, and ye shall eat flesh, for ye have wept in the ears of the Lord, saying, Who shall give us flesh to eat? For it was well with us in Egypt. Therefore the Lord will give you flesh, and ye shall eat. You shall not eat 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, neither 10 days, nor 20 days, but even a whole month, until it come out of your nostrils. And it will be loathsome to you, because you have despised the Lord who is among you, and have wept before him, saying, Why came we forth out of Egypt? Moses said, The people among whom I am are 600,000 footmen, and thou hast said, I will give them flesh, that they may eat a whole month. Shall the flocks and the herds be slain for them to suffice them, or shall all the fish of the sea be gathered together for them to suffice them? The Lord said unto Moses, Is the Lord's hand waxed short? Thou shalt see now whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not. Moses went out and told the people the words of the Lord, and gathered the 70 men of the elders of the people, and set them round about the tabernacle. The Lord came down in the cloud and spake unto him, and took of the Spirit that was upon him, and gave it unto the 70 elders. And it came to pass that when the Spirit rested upon them, they prophesied and did not cease. But there remained 2 of the men in the camp, and the name of one was Eldad, and the name of the other was Medad. And the Spirit rested upon them. And they were of them that were written, but went not out unto the tabernacle, and they prophesied in the camp. There ran a young man and told Moses and said, Eldad and Medad do prophesy in the camp. Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of Moses, one of his young men, answered and said, My lord Moses, forbid them. Moses said unto them, Enviest thou for my sake? Would God that all the Lord's people were prophets, and that the Lord would put his Spirit upon them. Moses gat him unto the camp, and he and the elders of Israel. There went forth a wind from the Lord, and brought quails from the sea, and let them fall by the camp, as it were a day's journey on this side, and as it were a day's journey on the other side, round about the camp, and as it were 2 cubits high upon them, the face of the earth. Upon the face of the earth. The people stood up all that day, and all that night, and all the next day. And they gathered the quails. He that gathers least gathered 10 homers, or omers, silent H's maybe. And they spread them all abroad for themselves round about the camp. Omers, verse 32, I think. Omers. Is there another word for omers? No. Omers, and that's okay. Verse 33, and while the flesh was yet between their teeth, it was chewed, the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord smote the people with a very great plague. He called the name of that place Kibroth Hattaavah, because there they buried the people that lusted. The people journeyed from Kibroth Hattaavah unto Hazeroth, and abode in Hazeroth. I'm going to read verse 12. It's pretty short. Or chapter 12. Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman. They said, Hath the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Hath he not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard of it. Now the man Moses was very meek, above all the men who were upon the face of the earth. The Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, Come out ye 3 unto the tabernacle of the congregation, and they 3 came out. The Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle, and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. He said, Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in the vision, and will speak unto him in the dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak of mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. In the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses. The anger of the Lord was kindled against him, and he departed. The cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb. Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, Heal her now, O God, I beseech thee. The Lord said unto Moses, If her father had but spit in her face, should she not be shamed for 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days, and after that let her be received in again. Miriam was shut out from the camp 7 days a week, and the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in again. Afterward the people were removed from Hazeroth and pitched in the wilderness of Paran. So that's chapter 11 and 12. 12 was pretty short, only 16 verses. So next week I may read chapter 13 of Numbers. So there will be no readings Christmas Day, which is Sunday, or New Year's Day, which is also, I believe, is Sunday. There will be no readings, but what I failed to mention yesterday's video is that there are 2 videos ready for Christmas, Matthew chapter 1 and Luke chapter 2. Both of those will be available on Christmas Day, 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. respectively. So get ready to listen to those two, both accounts of the birth of Christ, and just in time for Christmas. So look for those. I believe that's it. I'll go to Deuteronomy next, and then I'll move on to the New Testament. Have a great day.